We are live.
So we are live. So hello everyone. So today we have our experts, Dr. Sandeep and Dr. Rajiv Dhawan, who need no introduction, and I'm Dr. Vandana, your pathology faculty. So basically, today's session is basically to just make you understand how INI-CET is different from NEET PG and what should you do to make the best out of your preparation so that you can be in the top rankers. So to start the session, before we start the session, just wanted to tell few points that the INI-CET is an exam which is tricky to crack because number one, there are a lot of situations. There are clinical scenarios, there are image-based questions, there are match the following, and sometimes they can be assertion reasoning, multiple answer types, a lot of image-based questions, and the negative marking. So you, after all that, to score the top, you need a thorough knowledge of the subjects. So with that, let's ask our experts what do they feel. So Rajiv sir, first to you. So what do you think, which subjects students should focus right now to get the top score?
Thank you, Vandana. This INI is all about aggression, and I'm telling you, it's not something like you can take it like a easy route actually, because you are going to target the pinnacle of medical education in the country. So you cannot afford to be laid back about it. So first of all, assess yourself that where are you? Do you think you have a scope of preparing for the examination? Or you are really the NEET PG 2026 candidate? Because if you are actually a NEET PG 2026 candidate, then I think this is stopover. We can go over there, but you cannot actually tweak your preparation really a lot for if your target is NEET 2026 only. A lot of students who have got moderately okay rank in the just finished NEET PG results, they are the ones actually who will be dominantly preparing and targeting this INI because they already cleared semi-finale with the average score, and they are the one who are going for the final version of the examination. But reason is, in INI, you cannot really say that okay, the NEET PG preparation would be really totally apt for it. This is definitely more tilted towards first prof, second prof. You see the average distribution of the questions. The first and second prof subjects take 50% of the whole quantum of the paper actually, whereas in the NEET PG the distribution is close to 40% in the first and second prof. And that's why if you ask me that if I'm preparing for the INI and I had a rank of 10,000 or 15,000 or 27,000, and I think INI is something I am focusing, you need to be really aggressive. Please do not study lesser, because lot of people are preparing for this exam very seriously. Your approach should be that my first prof, second prof is really well done, but you have to focus on what they have been asking in last 5 years. This is the very good way to peep into the brain of the INI's paper setters. PYQ topic, if you draw a circle around that, a wider radius circle, just cover all those paraphernalia around those topics also. Definitely, it will give you much edge in the examination. So those are two things which in my mind right now, ma'am.
Perfect, sir. So that is what most important. Sir said previous year topics are more important than previous year questions. So that's one point that you should remember. And INI-CET is bottom heavy. That is the first and second props are going to be the major backbone of your paper. So do emphasize it. So Sandeep sir, what do you think? They should give grand tests right now, or they should just revise their notes?
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. So I think it should be a mix. If you are thinking that only giving grand test is going to work for you, no. But at the same time, if you think that only theory revision or MCQ practice is going to work, again, no. You need to give grand test because time is limited. When you give a grand test, I would advise that if you have not started preparing seriously, give a grand test. And even if you are preparing already well, give a grand test. See what are the areas in which you are scoring less than 50%. Those are your problem areas. And especially if those problem areas are something like pathology, pharmacology, anatomy, and PSM, along with medicine and surgery. That means these are the areas from where more questions are asked in INI-CET, and you need to work a bit harder. So basically, you need to give one mock exam to analyze where you stand right now if you actually sit in the exam, and then identify the data and start working on that. And as Rajiv sir also said, it's not a game where you can play conservatively. It's not a game where you can play like Babar Azam. It's a game where you have to play like Abhishek Sharma. Rohit Sharma is retired. Abhishek Sharma. You know how he plays. You don't know, you can check out how he plays. It's fearless in INI-CET. Even if you get a rank of 3000, it is going to be of no use. Maybe you will get
No.
something. But if you are targeting a seat of your choice, you need to target specific areas. If you go by the previous year exam, you will find a pattern. In every subject, there are some areas, some topics which are more important. Like in my exam, like my subject, pediatrics, there will always be one question on neonatology. In neonatology also, resuscitation, hypoglycemia, uh, respiratory disorders, particularly scoring system, and neonatal jaundice. You're thorough with it. Worst case scenario, at least one question will be asked. Look at lysosomal storage disorders. It's overlap between pediatrics, pathology, and biochemistry. You are thorough with it. Minimum 3 to 4 questions. Minimum, I'm saying, you are going to get in the exam. So if a question gets asked in topics like this, you should say to yourself, I am not going to give it a go. And then obviously there will be rare areas which you cannot do much about. So, ma'am, my perspective is give one GT, but don't try to give too many GTs also at the same time. Focus on revision. And when you are doing revision, as DocTutorials is going to come out with their own INI-CET mock, there is video solutions available, questions created by faculty. So give this exam, and it is free for all. It is open for you. If something is open for all, like even if poison is free, I would still buy it and I will still keep it so that I can utilize it someday. So it is the INI-CET mock exam. There are video solutions. You will not waste your time. And once you give it, faculty is involved. So you would know that high quality thing is going to come. If you look at the past topper interviews, you would come to know many toppers have said that the recent mock exam, the video solution one that they gave, their actual score was very similar to the INI-CET score. So please give the exam, take the exam, identify areas, subjects where you are scoring less than 40%, 50%, work a bit on that, plus start giving more MCQs. Directed revision is the key. Over to you.
One thing I would like to add, Vandana, about this grand test which we are conducting. Uh, is whatever platform you have been using, you start getting used to the images and the style of questioning over there, and the surprise element is missing. So sometimes what happens is that in that you're playing in the home ground, so you feel a little bit more comfortable, and the exam will be full, like out over there. So trying the grand test from different platform always gives you a opportunity to play in different grounds also. So language will be different, images will be different, and if INI has got more image based question as compared to NEET PG. Approximately every fifth question will be having some element of image over there, and images of INI are more textbook and like more specific, more pertaining to the easy to identify images like that. So it's good opportunity. Like for example, this grand test would be having the questions as per the this particular exam. Then you get the video explanation also from the faculty. It will definitely give you insight into those topics also, because faculty will try to cover those topics intensely in a span of 2 to 3 minutes in and around that. So I think this is like definitely going to add value to the preparation.
Perfect, sir. So I can see here a lot of cricket lovers here. So a lot of analogy to the cricket here. So definitely everyone should give the exam because it basically will help you know it. So as sir said, it's important to identify what is the other mindsets also, because the exam is going to be set by somebody whom you do not know. So that's why you should know that. So Khaleel sir, hi. Everyone is talking about image-based questions. So I want to ask from you that what do you think is the importance of image-based question and shorter subjects in INI-CET? What do you think? How much is that important for INI-CET exam?
Good evening, ma'am, and good evening, everybody. I think short subjects are a very, especially subjects like radiology, are easy to pick up questions on INI-CET. The questions are very doable, and specific topics are tested. Like the INI-CET focuses on a lot of nuclear scans, bone scan. They give an image of Honda sign, right? So So a lot of specific selected topics are there, and they are easy to score. The amount of effort required and the scoring that you will get. They're standard questions, STAR maybe scan. So very standard questions are tested, and there are very selected areas. The MRI sequences they test upon. They also test upon nuclear scans. So I would say, going on routine images, the questions are not on some random images, but the topics are very selective and very useful. The routine images only are coming. They are not asking very rare questions, especially related to radiology. Even in the last INICET exam, very doable questions. The amount of effort that you're going to put in and the return that you're going to get is going to be very high, especially for short subjects. I think you should not spend too much time on these subjects, but you can have a very good score focusing on the relevant points in radiology.
Great. Awesome.
Perfect.
Manna is there, and guys, I don't know whether you, when I see the feedbacks of the students after the INI is over, the one feedback is consistent that pathology, when is asked from, like a lot of questions are direct hits. What Dr. Vandana puts in her GTs or the tests or the quizzes and all that. I would like to ask, in fact, Dr. Vandana, you, what is the secret of that? How do you crack those questions? Like, how do you really, because students are so fond of those. And, guys, pathology is a very important subject. And same biochemistry. Do not really even think that I don't like biochemistry. And guys, INI is something a bit different. And you need to, if you don't know glycosyl diseases, or you have not, I was scared of branchial arch. Branchial arches is not my domain for anatomy. But branchial arches will be there, it. Cranial examination or the applied anatomy will be there in anatomy. Similarly, pathology has got, wonderful contribution to the, the rank. And I'll ask Dr. Vandana as a student, how do you do it, and what shall I do it to score maximum out of pathology?
So thank you, sir. So it is, sir, I feel basically INI-CET exam is all about concepts. It is, so basically the question revolves around the concepts. So they go deep. They take a deeper dive into the concepts. So I feel that that is what the people do there. So when the core committee, I think, thinks in a way that we should ask concepts more than the rote learning. So that is that is why whenever I also try to make questions, I try to make questions that will check your concepts. So that is the only thing I just try to focus on. That is the only thing, and somehow it just gets jinxed, and that is all I'll say.
Students are really helped by that, and I would totally agree with you, Vandana, on this. That it's an ocean actually. Medical knowledge is an ocean. What does INICET do is it has got specific Bermuda triangles into which you do deep dive actually. So they pick up the triangles and the corridors of that ocean, but they will go deeper into it, and they will definitely create more tunnels around that to ask you more around. For example, physiology. If you see the physiology questions, mostly there'll be like some images over there. If you see physiology questions, they have got that style of asking about the curves and all that. Those are more dominant in the naturally.
Curves, stains, all that tricky things they're going to ask. So, sir, there are students who are asking that one, if they want to revise concepts from you, is there any series like RDX series which you do, which helps them revise the concepts quickly? So, would you like to share your thoughts on that?
Yeah, why not? For everyone, actually, we have been doing this very famous series. It's called RDX series. We call it rank deciding series. And what do you mean by rank deciding series? Because if you are too defensive in INI, you're out of the game anyway. Your attempt cannot be lower than 185. Please understand. See, if you score on the other side of 150, you're too low in the rank actually. Because you have to have, I think last time I did 161 were correct for the topper actually. So you have to be aggressive about it. It. So what happens is that, for example, in ENT, everyone will be knowing about the, for example, vocal nodule, or maybe they will be knowing about the thyroid surgery and the nerve injury question, which has been coming time and again. But the differentiating questions, or the differential is created how is, for example, video stroboscopy, or something about cochlear implant, or something about, they would ask about something audiology deeper. For example, subjective or objective audiological investigations. Though I would say that, you have to keep the subject as per proportion. For example, You're doing pharma more intensely. General pharma is more dominantly asked over there. Give more time over there. ENT, I think if you have done for NEET PG, you can do quickly one day, refresh with our QRP videos also, and it will be done for that also. INI also covered with that. The most important thing is that the rank deciding question means that which will actually improve the rank, because the clustering is so huge. After 138, the clustering is very huge. So a jump off of 6-7 question would definitely bring your rank, on the other side of 1,000 actually, which will really change the game. Maybe in the second round, third round, get something really brilliant over there. So this rank deciding question series is in the in the month of October only. We're doing it, and it would start with the medicine with Dr. Rajiv sir. First 2 sessions we open for everyone actually, and rest of our subscribers, as you can understand. And this is not very lengthy session actually, where Sandeep will be discussing some core 20 questions which are having edge over the basic information, so that you can actually add on to your existing knowledge and make your rank better. So we are displaying a schedule over here from 9th to end of October. We have this planned over there. In between this, you can see over there that we have one grand test in the beginning and one in the middle also. If you see, it begins with 20 September only with one grand test, and then the 4th October mock test is open for everyone. And for 4th October test will be for 72 hours starting from 10 a.m. 4th October, and then you get the video discussion also for that. All these sessions have been reviewed by students of the previous batches, and you can see over there the hit rate was very, very high in the RDX series, and the students really found that there was premium material being delivered in these sessions in a very crisp and concise manner, because we do understand we cannot take too much time for the ENT. We need to leave scope for the for example, pathology, pharmacology, anatomy, biochemistry for you guys. So this is what RD series is, and it finished by 30th October. So, but the first 2 sessions, you are all welcome to join us on our GP channel. So that's the plan, ma'am. This way.
Okay.
Sandeep sir.
So Sandeep sir, basically a lot of questions Shruti, Harshad, Badal are asking that they have scored in NEET PG, but their rank was not very good. Now they want to have rank within 500 in INI-CET. What is the preparation they should do, and how they should prepare at this point of time? So because time is 9th November is the exam. So what strategy should they follow? They've said they'll follow your advice blindly.
Ma'am, I would advise that it is not possible for anyone to finish the entire syllabus again. Let us be practical. Let us be pragmatic here. So 2 things you need to do. First thing, you did 18,000 rank. Let's assume you got 18,000 rank. 18,000 rank means at least you have read the subjects and you have a certain base in all the subjects, right? So I would advise, first thing to do, analyze your NEET PG performance. What were the 5 subjects which were the weakest for you, which brought your score down? Those are your problem areas. Maybe try to focus 10% more on that. That is the first thing. Second thing, be in touch with the previous year topics, starting from INI-CET November 2020, that was the first INI-CET, all the way till May 2025 of INI-CET. Be thorough with that. Third thing, any topic repeated more than 2 times between 2021 to 2025, do it from theory. Do it for every subject. And fourth, the subjects, the areas which are often asked, you need to identify, or you can reach out to any of our faculty at DocTutorials. Vandana ma'am, Rajiv sir, Khaleel sir, myself, Rahul Rajiv sir, Raja Mindran sir, Nadeem sir. We are all always available to you. We are just a message away. Drop us a message, ask for help, ask me, sir, what are the areas I should focus on? I can give you a 10 subject list, 10 topics list from pediatrics, which I believe if I'm a student, I would definitely be focusing on. Gather those 100 topics, gather those topics which are repeated more than 2 times in the last 5-year papers of INI-CET, and work on the deficient areas. When you are working on deficient areas, don't try to read cover to cover. Only the areas which you feel. See, end of the day, let us be honest, you are also smart people. You're all doctors. You've given the exam, got a rank of 18,000, 20,000. You know what are the areas which are going to be asked. and you know what is the deficiency. Work on that, borrow with PYQ of NEET PG and INI-CET, identify the areas, do it, and give 1 or 2 grand tests in between. Don't miss the grand test of DocTutorials. It's free also, and it will give you an idea where you are standing. End of the day, there is also luck and personal somebody's personal uh, way of solving the question. That is something that is a variable. Keeping the variables apart, you have a very good chance or probably breaking into the top 2000 or 3000. Now, what rank you eventually get, that comes down to individual brilliance, but that will give you a very strong fighting chance. End of the day, we all need a fighting chance. So, if you are listening to it, please save this video. You can see to it later what I said. Write it down and analyze. And that is the best advice. If I had to advise to myself in an alternate future, that is the advice I would.
Perfect, sir. So I will just make a gist of what sir said. Analyze your mistakes, revise your notes because that's going to help you. Revise your flashcards and everything. Try to be prepared for the exam. Give your test, revise your previous year topics, and you will be ready. So, Khaleel, sir, students are asking that one of the student is asking that he gets anxiety just few days before the exam, and he's not able to prepare and focus in the last few days of the exam. So what should be his strategy just 2 to 3 days before the exam, because they are the most important days, and that time he feels so anxious that he's not able to revise.
Yeah, ma'am. I think having done NEET PG so close now because the exam got postponed, and they are very close to the INICET exam also now. So if the students can follow a schedule right now, like with the INICET RDX series coming up, with the grand test coming up, and they modulate their preparation based upon what is deficient from their NEET PG preparation, and see that they focus on those areas before the RDX. Now RDX series, this series will actually give you like a continuous marathon of right from the grand test, the video discussion, the RDX series of back-to-back sessions for different subjects. So you can actually modulate, and all the faculty discussions are going to take up those questions which are INICET relevant and focused on them. So I think this RDX series will give you a schedule to follow from this time till your INICET exam. And about the anxiety part, I think if you can get your thought process that okay, what are the areas that I am weak in, and you are seeing the improvement on a gradual basis. If you are better than the previous day, right? I think this should be more than sufficient. You should not panic about exam, and end of the day, feel happy with the progress that you're making rather than worrying about too much about it. Control the things that you can actually control rather than keeping on worrying. The reason of anxiety will be to keep too much of attachment to the result or the exam day. Focus on your 24 hours. Focus on whatever targets you have made for today, whatever topics that I have selected for each subject. Have I covered them up? Have I revised them well? So I think being detached too much from the exam day or the result, right, and focusing on what is at hand will help relieve a lot of anxiety also.
Perfect, sir. So basically, I think we have covered most of the points. And before we summarize, just few takers about pathology, I would like to tell you some pointers here. Pathology, there will be a lot of images. Remember, no two images are similar. Revise your concepts. See as many images as possible. The most important key areas for pathology that you should revise here are your genes. Very, very important, especially with the Robbins new edition coming up. First, don't panic that there will be a lot of questions from new edition. Aisa kuch nahi hota hai. Okay, so revise your notes first. That is very, very important. Revise all the genes. Remember to revise stains and techniques. They are asked, and focus on integrated question. Remember, INI-CET is all about integrated questions. So there will be questions which are linked to pathology and pediatrics, pathology and medicine, pathology and ENT. So please focus on integrated topics. So that's all about pathology. And I think Rajiv sir, can you summarize the session so that it will be good for the students?
Yes, sir. So guys, shall NEET PG good ranker try INI-CET? Why not? It's one life to live. You should try that. As Dr. Dhawan, I've got 1500 rank. Do you think I should go for INI? It is depending on you. You know, you want to take a break and go to Thailand or Singapore to have a break before the residency starts. That's the option you have to really choose. But at the end of the day, if you're really very much committed for a central institute, we have got burning desire. So everyone has the very good opportunity, because right now the counseling will be delayed, and it will be merging with that time when you will be getting the INI result within 1 week of the examination. So had I been in your shoes, whatever rank, like maybe 1,000+ rank, I would have really tried for INI, I think, because my preparation is very much now on the threshold of making that trajectory very high. Number one. Number two is that my rank is 15,000, 20,000, 27,000. Guys, you can divide by 10. Like if you really play well, you can divide by 10 and make your rank like that. So if your rank is like, for example, 10,000, so you can expect a rank somewhere below 1,000 in that if your preparation is really smart enough to cater to the needs of the INI style of questioning. The third thing is that you have to be giving output of 12 hour every day. Actually, you cannot be really expecting that I will be let me make a try. It's not that kind of exam, honestly. INI is not that exam that okay, let me try. I think I'll be preparing for NEET 2026, but on the way I'll have a I'll stop the car and check what is going on over there. But that actually does not really, because you understand 140 question on the other side or 140, 138 correct, then you are actually in a dicey zone actually. You know it because there are not much of seats over there. So, but the beauty of this exam is if you are able to decode the examiner's brain, you are actually going to really improve the rank very, very nicely. What is the way to what is the way to decode the examiner's brain? Is the PYQ topics. Why not really utilize that? I think, would you not agree that microbiology for the NEET PG is very diverse? But microbiology for INI would be more mycology, more virology. You just see the question pattern. I was seeing since morning the pattern of the question. It was very evident they're more tilted towards that. It means that the way to decode the examiner brain is the PYQ topics. And the last and the most important thing is, last NEET PG was never you can say the true assessment of a lot of students also, because it was little on the easier side, and people may be having huge knowledge of the first prof, second prof, but they could not really show off that knowledge in that NEET PG. Maybe it's your chance to do that. But yes, you have to be really fully devoted in these days, because we are almost now like just few weeks away from the examination, and all these RDX series or the free GTs are there to support your journey towards a good rank. And we have seen a lot of miracles happening. And at this moment also, I remember a couple of students, like who had like 20,000 plus rank, but later on they were saying that they had 300, between 400 to 300 rank actually over there. So those stories are there actually. We can also write a story like that. So that's my take on the whole thing in my mind as a student also.
Perfect, sir. Sandeep, sir, any last messages for the student?
No last messages, just that, as sir said, if you just focus on your weaknesses, you can remove 1 decimal from the rank you got in NEET PG. If it is your day and you just work on, as I said, the weak areas plus focusing on previous year topics, you can remove 2 decimals from your rank. So whatever rank you got, please give your best shot. Nothing to lose. What do you have in hand? Nothing. Maybe you have a seat in NEET PG, maybe you have something. All you can gain is a seat probably in the central institute. So what is stopping you from playing freely? Sometimes playing freely gets you a branch of your choice. So play freely, play smartly, and give your best shot. And I would again say, please give the GT that we are having. Why am I saying it again? Not because it's free. So see, I'm not going to get any money. DT is not going to get any money. But we want you to give it because we have seen the questions and we know how we have tried our best to be close to the options that are going to be asked. So give that GT, see the weakness that you have and work on that, number 1. Number 2, go through all the previous year topics. Number 3, please go through the advice given by all the legends over here. I'm not counting myself. Rajiv sir, Vandana ma'am, Khaleel sir. And with all due respect, Vandana ma'am, I always say she has the best strike rate in INI-CET across all platforms, across all subjects, across all faculty. So please listen to what
Sandeep,
ma'am
sir,
is
you
saying.
motivate me so much every time. Sandeep, sir, you motivate me. You are my biggest motivator, I think.
Ma'am, I'm very blunt in my approach. Whatever I have to say, I say. If I don't like something, that also I say, but the team always edits it out. That is a separate thing. So if I'm saying something, I actually believe in it. And so, dear friends, please trust your instinct. trust your faculty, go with what we are saying, and don't miss the RDX series. RDX series, I am taking the second session. I am yet to make the questions. I've just made 4 questions right now because I am right now taking a class and I'm also analyzing what all things I feel if I'm a student, I should be covering in my class. So this RDX series, if you have somebody who has prepared for NEET PG, appeared in NEET PG, and you have not done well, but you feel that you can benefit from it, please attend medicine class by Rahul Rajiv sir. Please attend my pediatrics session, and please try to subscribe. It's a small amount, it's an investment. It's like something, you're giving your best shot. You never know. You just never know. At least you will not have that what if I had tried and given my best shot. Even if you are getting a seat of your choice in NPG, that what if should not be there in your mind. So that is what I'm going to say. Be at DocTutorials, or not just all 4 of us, all 19 of us are there to help you out. End of the day, it's your battle. We can only tell you the battle has to be fought by you people only. So play well, so that you don't have any regrets that I did not play well. I could have done better. Play well. Win or lose is secondary. So that's all I can say, ma'am.
Perfect, sir. Perfect, sir. Be aggressive. Be very aggressive. And last message is from Khaleel, sir.
Yep. I think a scheduled approach from now till the day of exam. First of all, note down from anatomy to radiology what are the specific topics that are INICET relevant, which you have not covered during your NEET PG preparation, and follow a scheduled approach. I think RDX series gives you that required schedule, and test yourself. These are all INICET questions that you're going to go through, and that gives you a very, very directed approach to your preparation. And as everybody is saying, give your best chance. Right, you never know that if your scores were not up to the mark in your NEET PG, there are so many students who have done extremely well and got into central institutes. It could be a blessing in disguise. If you're just marginally missing out on our dream branch, go aggressively and have faith and do 100%. Give your 100%, good things will happen.
Very nicely said, Khaleel, sir. So have faith on God, have faith on destiny, because whatever happens, happens for good. Play at your best, prepare at your best. With that, from all 4 of us, all the very best for your INI-CET preparation. And we at DT, all of us are together and we are with you whenever you need us. We are just a message away. You all know our Instagram channels. You can follow, or you can just drop a message anytime, anywhere, on any platform, on any Instagram or Telegram or WhatsApp, wherever. We will always be there to help you. Right, guys? So with that, good night, guys.
Good night. Thank you very much.
Thank you.